Welcome to Please Me, the podcast bringing you bold conversations and Big Clit Energy. And welcome to my Friday bonus episode series. I'm Eve, your host, on a journey from trauma to sexual liberation. Let's reclaim pleasure and close the orgasm gap one empowering conversation at a time. Today you will learn about decreased vaginal sensitivity and dryness. This issue affects so many of us women, especially in menopause, so it is a must listen if you are in that phase of life. Last week's bonus episode was on erectile dysfunction, so if you know anyone suffering from this condition, be sure to go back, listen, and share. Did you know that podcasts rely on listener support to keep bringing you the content you love? For the best way to support the show, join me on Patreon for ad-free listening, early releases, bonus episodes, and exclusive content. See show notes for the link. Thanks for all my listeners overseas in Bangladesh, United Kingdom, Canada, Czechia, Poland, Australia, France, Ghana, Romania, and Germany. Please share this episode with a friend and help me spread essential education around the world. In the U.S., hello to my pleasure seekers in Albuquerque, Atlanta, Seattle, San Jose, Boston, Trenton, Newberry, and Houston. Be sure to share and spread the love. Please Me is for mature audiences. Sit back, relax, and surrender to the pleasure of Please Me. Welcome to Please Me, the podcast bringing you bold conversations and Big Clit Energy. I'm Eve, your host, and I am so excited to be bringing you this topic today. I'm going to be talking to you about decreased vaginal sensitivity and dryness. This is something that's very common in women, especially as we get older. And it's caused a lot of times by a decrease in hormone levels. And also it can be caused by lack of sensation and also by not being sufficiently ready for penetration or being turned on enough. There are many different reasons, but I'm going to talk about the hormones first. It's super important to have optimal levels of hormones in your body. And that would be for women, DHEA, also estrogen and progesterone. And you would find that out from getting lab tests from your doctor. Now, a lot of times the doctor will tell you, oh, you're not in menopause yet, so you don't have to worry about it. But our hormones decline over time. Black women can be in menopause for up to 10 years. Latino women can be in menopause for 6 to 8 years, and our white sisters can be in menopause for 1 to 3 years, or maybe 4. So it really depends on your body and your genetics, but certainly over time, things can decline. And so what we want is to have optimal hormones, okay? And oftentimes the doctors will say, you're in perimenopause or in postmenopause or in menopause. So it's normal for your hormones to decline. It is absolutely normal for your hormones to decline. However, it's not optimal. And what happens when the hormones decline is that the skin in and around the vagina and the surrounding tissues, such as the clitoris and vulva, start to lose their elasticity and start to lose their wetness. And this is really important for normal function. So what happens is an estrogen is part of the tissue complex, okay? Say the skin has lots of receptors, and in the receptors, you have estrogen receptors. In the skin, you have lots of estrogen receptors. And when there's not enough estrogen, those receptors are empty. So think of it as not rings, but pieces of a chain link fence, right? The links are, some of those links are missing. And what happens when those links are missing, meaning the estrogen is not connecting there because you don't have enough estrogen, for instance, is that linked fence or the skin becomes weaker. And so what we end up having is painful sex. We end up having dryness. And sometimes we end up having incontinence. And incontinence is very common. And incontinence is defined as the inability to hold one's urine. And sometimes it can be caused by stress. For instance, when someone coughs or someone sneezes or someone laughs, sometimes it can be caused by that. And incontinence oftentimes is caused because those links in the fence, the estrogen is not there. So supplementing estrogen, progesterone, and DHEA are really easy ways to help boost that skin integrity
and trying to make the skin healthier in order for you to not have that incontinence anymore, and also to increase wetness. Another thing that causes the dryness is a decrease in blood flow. And a lot of times people really understand blood flow as being an issue for erectile dysfunction, right? But the female equivalent of erectile dysfunction is decreased vaginal sensitivity and dryness. And the reason that is because when there are blockages in the blood vessels, just like that occurs in erectile dysfunction, if there are blockages in the blood vessels, the blood is not going to flow properly to the tissue. And so you can get treatment to decrease those blockages. And that is a treatment that I do in my practice called acoustic wave therapy. So the blood flow to the tissue of the vagina, the vulva, and the clitoris is so important. And when those blockages are there, there's not going to be enough blood flow. And why is blood flow important for women? So blood is essentially what makes us wet. When our body gets engorged or our clitoris gets engorged, the blood flows to the clitoris and it makes it swell up, right? And then what happens is the plasma of the blood seeps through the walls of the vaginal tissue, the clitoral tissue, and the vulva, and it allows us to become lubricated. And that is where our lubrication comes from. It actually comes from the blood flow. So if you have a decrease in blood flow, you're going to have a decrease in lubrication. I want to talk a little bit about the gold standard treatment that I offer in my practice called Inspire Health Physical Therapy and Wellness. It's called acoustic wave therapy. And acoustic wave therapy is basically a treatment that I do that is like an ultrasound wand. I would liken it to that. And basically what it does is it rubs along the vulva tissue, the opening of the vagina and the clitoris, and it helps to break up the blockages in the blood vessels. And what it does over time, once you've had multiple treatments, is it also increases capillary formation. So you're actually creating more blood flow. The capillaries are the teeny tiny little blood vessels that go to all of the cells in your body. And there are many in the genital area as well. But if they become blocked, then you're not going to have that blood flow. So this increases blood flow to the area. Another thing that can cause issues with function is nutrition. And so let's just talk about that a little bit now. So nutrition is 80% of health. I'm sure you've heard that being said, or maybe not. A lot of times people will think, oh, I need to get healthy. Let me start exercising. And yes, exercise is absolutely so important. But let's break it down here. Nutrition is 80% of health. The 20% includes getting enough sleep, 7 to 8 hours a night, drinking enough water, half of your body weight in ounces per day, and exercising regularly. And whatever that may be for you, it could be dancing in your kitchen or in your bedroom. It could be taking long walks. It could be running a marathon. It really is very individual. And I like to just encourage people to move their bodies every single day, whatever that may be for you. Okay. But the 80% of health is nutrition. And what is key in nutrition is that you get enough fruits and vegetables in your body every single day. Unfortunately, the average American gets 1.5 servings of fruits and vegetables in their body every single day. So we have diets that are very high in calories and very poor in nutrition. So what we want to do is try to eat as many fruits and vegetables as we can. And I like to recommend a product called Juice Plus. And if you go to my website, pleaseme.online, you can find a link to a lot of different information regarding Juice Plus and also a link to order it. But basically what it is, it's a way to get 30 fruits and vegetables in your body every single day. Okay. It gives you the nutrition of 30 fruits and vegetables because what it is basically encapsulated produce. They take out all the nutrition and they put it in a capsule form or they put it in a chewable form. Those are the ones that I actually like, the chewables. And you get to get all of that amazing nutrition in your body every single day. And what it does is it bridges the gap between what you should be eating and what you are eating. And it's giving you all of that nutrition. And what's really wonderful about it is that there is something called metabolic reprogramming. And if you're somebody that does not like fruits and vegetables and you don't have enough in your diet, this is the product for you. And I'm going to tell you why. Once you start taking Juice Plus, on a regular basis, your body is going to start to crave the nutrition that you're giving it. And so you're going to start to crave things that you've never liked before. I had a friend of mine who told me that he never ate Brussels sprouts in his entire life, and now he craves them constantly because he started taking the Juice Plus, and he absolutely now loves Brussels sprouts. So metabolic reprogramming is something that is really amazing and something that is really helpful with Juice Plus. That's one thing that I definitely recommend my clients to use on a daily basis. And that's something that I definitely use every single day. And I give it to my kids. It's a great way to get in a lot of nutrition very easily. It's like the easy button, right? The Staples easy button. It's a great way to get in lots of nutrition. And then I also recommend, if you're experiencing decreased vaginal sensitivity and dryness, that you reach out to me and you schedule an appointment with me to either talk to me with virtual coaching so that we can figure out what's going on with you, whether it be a psychological issue, emotional issue, or it's actually a physical issue. If it's a physical issue and you are near me and I'm located in Wellington, Florida, you can reach out and we can schedule an appointment to come and see me and get some acoustic wave therapy. Acoustic wave therapy is the gold standard in treating decreased vaginal sensitivity and dryness. So I just want to end here and say that there's absolutely no shame in having any sexual health condition. Oftentimes it's triggered by treatments that you get for, say, cancer treatments, right? A lot of times if you have had certain cancer treatments, it will send you into early menopause, which will cause these dryness issues and these sensitivity issues. So again, no shame whatsoever in having a sexual health condition. So if that's you out there and you're listening, please reach out to me and say hello. I am here to help. Until next time. Hey, I have a personal question to ask you. Are you experiencing vaginal dryness? Are you looking for an all-natural lube that helps you get the juices flowing? I will give you a tip on what I use. I use Bonnie's Herbals. I use the sex butter for those intimate moments, and I use the boudoir butter for my everyday moisture. And these have been game changers for me. So check out the link in the show notes and get yours today.